you remember me, nigga?
My mama don't know. Quiet.
That's why my eyes wide open. If you sleep, you fell.
So chin up and let your glow take center stage from every angle.
For the lives of our daughters and sons, there really needs to be just one love.
I am from Hawaii. In the dirty and quiet part of your favorite vacation, you must understand.
One hand on the handlebar, cop chasing around me like, you can't ride on the sidewalk, living out my best life.
When I say CC, you say P. CC, CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the, Mike. Drop the, Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love poetry. I love poetry. Give it up for drop the mic. Let's get it started.
What's up, CCP? How y'all feeling today? I am so excited to hear that. Welcome to the final showcase of season 6 of Drop the Mic. Please give it up for all of our student poets. The poets who will be performing today are the poets who scored in the top 5 for Audition Show 1 and Audition Show 2. And so they're here for the final showcase. My name is Dr. Michelle Myers. I am an associate professor in the English department here at Community College of Philadelphia, and I will be your host this afternoon. So really quickly, I just want to go through the rules for these poets. So each poet will come up to the mic, and they will perform one poem. They have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to perform their piece. If they go over 3 minutes and 15 seconds, they will be deducted a half point for each second that they go over, okay? And the folks who are going to decide who our winners, our top 3 winners are, who will get prizes today, is our amazing panel of judges over here. Please give it up for our judges. So closest to the audience, we have Alicia Dantzler. Please give it up for Alicia. Alicia has been one of our judges for 6 seasons, and we're so excited to have her. She always gives such amazing feedback and encouragement to all of our student poets. She is a spoken word poet herself, and she performs a lot in the local Philadelphia spoken word poetry scene. Please give it up one more time for Alicia. And next to Alicia, we have Corey Delaney. Please give it up for Corey. Corey is a support coach in the Center for Male Engagement here at Community College of Philadelphia, and a little birdie told me that he's also a DJ. Is that true? Please give it up for Corey. And next to Corey, we have Dr. Donald Generals. Please give it up for Dr. Generals. He is the president of Community College of Philadelphia, and we are so honored to have Dr. Generals here as one of our guest judges. Please give it up one more time for Dr. Generals. He's also a jazz musician himself and has performed all over the country, so we're really excited to have him here as a guest judge. And next to Dr. Generals, we have Ilz Wills. Please give it up for Ilz Wills. Ilz Wills is also a poet. He's an activist. He has been on many seasons of Drop the Mic. He's been a finalist on Drop the Mic many times as well, and so we're super excited to have Ilz Wills here as a guest judge. So, are y'all ready to hear some poetry? Everybody say yeah? Yeah! Good. And kicking things off, we have Malia. Please, put your hands together for Malia.
Before I start, I just want to say, I had poems ready, and they were memorized, and, they were good. But last night, I felt like I was going to break into 2 pieces, and instead I wrote this. So this is very, very personal, and I just want you to know that I'd rather give you something real. Hello, Professor. I wanted to reach out to you because I've been feeling upset and disappointed in myself since the midterm. I know I did not do well. I guess I wanted to touch base and let you know it is important to me that I do well in school. But some completely and unexpected and overwhelming things have happened to me since the beginning of October that have been affecting my living situation and my mother. My biggest fear is not being able to get an A in my classes because of unfortunate life events. I wanted to ask you if you think I could bounce back from this midterm or if I should consider withdrawing. I know we are in the middle of the semester, So I'm not too sure if I still have time to work on my overall grade despite the midterm. I think it would just make me feel more secure if I got your thoughts. Thank you for taking the time to read this email. I appreciate your help. Sincerely, Malia. I remember not knowing if it was real or not. She packed all of my stuff in her tiny car and sat me in the front seat and said it was time to go. But where do you go when there is no more help? When you've got spaghetti for arms, either too flimsy or snapping in half at the touch, doesn't matter, they just don't work. Where do you go when your savior runs out of grace? When you look more like leech than damsel? When capital is not satisfied with your blood and your sweat? When it wants the only real thing God gave you, your breath? She took my suitcase out of her trunk and gave me a hug. Said that we made it just in time for dinner and I should hurry up and talk to the front desk about registering. She drove off. I thought about the bed she would return to, the carpeted floors and walls with doors that locked. That night, I think they served meatballs. I don't know. I just know it was something I never really liked. They gave me a thin yoga mat and a scratchy blanket. I chose a spot in the corner of the church where no one else was sleeping. They turned the lights off at 9 p.m. sharp. As I laid there on the floor, I did everything but pray to God. I tasted tears that were bitter like reality, and I cried myself to sleep. I did not send the email to my professor. I was too ashamed. I would rather tell an auditorium full of strangers than a person whose eyes I know are staring into mine that it is happening again. And all of a sudden, I've got noodles for arms. I am too flimsy and snapping at the touch. I am not praying to God. I am wondering if this is real or not. And the curriculum continues. Capital continues. And I get left behind.
Please give it up for Malia. Alicia.
I really enjoyed your intro to the poem and the fact that you started it off as a letter to your professor and brought that idea back around. I do think sometimes as a poet, it's very important for us to do what we feel and to be in that moment and to be real, because that's something that we can relate to, knowing that, you know, this is how we really feel at times too. So I appreciate your openness with that. Thank you.
And Dr. Generals.
I think, you know, that was incredibly powerful and extremely important for somebody like me, especially, who need to understand the two lives that as many students are dealing with. And, you know, I want to thank you for the message, especially. I'm sure it represents the experiences and the lives of many of our students. I thought it was put together. You had me fooled when you said you just pull this together today. I guess that speaks to how incredibly gifted you are to be able to put something like that together in such a short time. Great job.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Malia.
I was nervous because what I was sharing was very personal. So, you know, you never know, like, it's all kinds of people. You never know what they're going to think of you, or, you know, how you're going to be able to present yourself. But I did it anyway, and I'm happy that I did.
And coming to the mic now, we have Lindo. Yes. Please make some noise for Lindo. Yes.
I'm riding them ghosts. Hey, where I'm going, no one knows. I'm riding them ghosts. Hey, where I'm going, no one knows. I'm riding them ghosts. Hey, where I'm going, no one knows. Label us lost. Say we need a moral compass because you think of us as misguided. Well, I think We had more directions than instruction manual. Riding on these cycles, trying to break cycles. Ain't it interesting how one wheel can defy the law of gravity? That's the definition of a wheelie. And my homies looking at me like, will he do it? Until they dare me to express my black joy like, that nigga ain't gonna do it. And then I did. One hand on the handlebar, one wheel up, living out my best life, middle finger to the gentrification, riding down these North Philly streets, cop chasing around me like, you can't ride on the sidewalk. And I'm like, fuck you. And I did, feeling so black and liberated until I feel like Eric Gartner, because I can't breathe. I fall down on the ground. My homie grabs me, hold me up by one shoulder. I hear the crowd around me yelling at the police officer because he had his gun out. I'm grabbing at my chest. I'm wheezing. I can't breathe. I'm grabbing for my inhaler. I can't breathe. I collapse on that concrete. My homie grabbing me by my shirt, saying he ain't here. I feel the tears cover my body. Sometimes a black life is lost, not to police violence, but to asthma, allergies, and the climate crisis and lack of health care. I can't breathe. Thank you.
Lindo, yes. Corey.
Yeah, really felt the switch. Because I was laughing, I was like, oh, wait, something's changed. Because you were using the space and you were, animated, and then you switched, and that really drew people into what you were gonna follow up with. It's almost like the black joy was quelched in a sense, and you took us to a real situation that people heard because they had to hear it because you'd made that switch. So I appreciate your poem, thank you.
Dr. Generals.
So just for the record, I live in Northern Liberties, and I've probably seen you coming down 2nd Street, popping those wheelies. I have always said that the brothers riding those bikes, popping those wheelies is an iconic Philadelphia image, and so I think you painted a great picture of what Philadelphia and black life in Philadelphia is all about. It was a bit of a fake out because I thought you were going to say the cops that did something, but it was more important to point out the fact that it's more than just black lives have more to do with just violence. It has as much to do with health and the things that the country can do. And so I think it's an incredibly important message, and well done.
And Ills Wills.
Yes, so yes, that was a lovely. I like the way that it did do the whole mix and everything with it. I just wanted to say, Miss Swishy, could you move to the side?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah, so.
That means he liked the poem. That's what that means.
I should break down the history of this poem.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Lindo, yes.
The theme of my piece was just really talking about how so many things can be weaponized to hurt black existence, like the lack of health care, the fact of just there's more pollution out in the world and stuff like that, and how that is just harmful when you don't have no sense of accessibility to create a resolve for that while others do.
And coming to the mic now, we have Poet Profess. Please make some noise for Poet Profess.
I'm excited. I have my fiance in the audience, and I'm ready to go today. It's the final competition, and I'm going to give it my all. Behavioral scientist Steve Maraboli can be quoted as saying, "Halloween is a day that many people like to wear a mask, while others are simply happy to take theirs off." I'm one of those people that I'm finally happy to take my mask off. I've worn you for so long, I lost sight of who I was. You supplied me with lies, arrogance, and all the tools to deceive all those that attempt to know me, making me a fraud. You see, I lost myself and I was frantically searching high and low for a reflection in a mirror, a shadow on the ground, a faded picture in a photograph reminiscent of Sheila's son once recognized, but yet incapable of love. How can I love you and I don't know me and I don't know what I become and not even understand who I was? After crying so many nights knowing that I've been robbed of my innocence. I've been robbed of my developmental stages from a boy to a man. I've been robbed of the values and the morals that my mother's instilled in me, leaving me to become anybody I wanted to be. So many masks, a stolen identity. I desired to fit in and be accepted, but the truth is, in reality, no one is perfect. This illusion of perfection I've set up for myself leads me down a road of destruction at times. Conscious thoughts are always creeping in, asking me, poet, is it really worth it? You see, I was going through it because I could not understand what life is. The mysteries of socialization was my frustration, and what I thought was acceptable behavior became my hell on earth, a real-life crisis, self-inflicted wounds to my mental and my spiritual, only because I was unaware who Christ is. I hate myself at times, and that's only because I was walking through life pretending and deceiving, believing I could be whoever I wanted to be. But the fact remains, no matter how many masks I wear, in the end, I'm still gonna be me. Thank you.
Poet Profess. Wills, you have some feedback?
Yes, I was gonna ask if you had a church, because if not, you could start one. But I like the hand movements and the moving of the head and everything to command that attention. That was lovely. Thank you.
Corey.
Yeah, so first, thank you for bringing us in. I appreciate that. And also your introduction captivated me. I was interested in what was gonna follow, so that little tidbit really captured me. Also, your tempo was impeccable, like the way that you were able to move from different tempos and still keep us engaged was incredible. So great job.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Poet Profess.
Yeah, I seen her in the audience, and she was just smiling ear to ear. I guess I was doing everything the right way.
But coming to the mic now, we have Q. Please, make some noise for Q.
This one is somewhat funny. It's like a little witty. It's cute. I mean, and for colored girls and for a woman, period. So hopefully they like it.
Hello, this is Please Me. Hey, how you doing? Wait, before you start taking things out of context, out of place, take a second, take a breath. Don't be looking down, admiring my waistline. Open your mouth with respect before I put you in your place. Don't make me have to put you in check. Before I have to slap you in your face, open your thoughts, say it with your chest. What you want? What I want? I want more than satisfaction, a seemingly good distraction. Don't be slick with your words. Flattery gets you nowhere. Ain't no need to be acting. Enlighten my brainstem. Send me on journeys with your sick conversations. And while we stick to remain friends, make me anxious for face-to-faces and patiently waiting for you to feed me more wordplay. Lift me up without touching on my most frustratingly worst days. Let's get to talking, no loving, and don't be pushing for more things. I know I'll be teaching you some things, and tell me, what can you teach me? And when I'm fighting and pushing even more away, tell me, how will you reach me? When you can't call, can't text me, I want you to fight for attention. Talk to me like before instant messaging, when people used to interact more. Just listen. Feed me 90s vibes in the kitchen. Let's talk food and good pensions. Teach me how to get my money right, my mind and my soul. Teach me how to get through my lonely nights without needing a soul. And when I need help, let me need you and be there to console. Respect my inner woman, fear my inner gangster. Trust that I'll get through the storm, and if I need you to jump in, you'll make me greater. See my inner child of a woman with the burning desire of passion. Say you'll go miles for this woman just to hear my sweet laughter. Say you let her curves in my mode. Don't describe me into words like you're so pretty and fine, but rather a goddess, modestly amazing and timeless. Step into my personal bubble, open up the lioness in my heart, turn my guard of a building to rubble. Hey, maybe I'll let you build it down. Here's a match for the spark. Better yet, how about we start? Hello, my name's Q.
Give it up for Q. Alicia, do you have some feedback?
I think it was really dope how you started off with such energy, and you said it with your chest when you telling him to say it with your chest. Like, I really enjoyed the energy and just the powerful message that you're delivering and making sure you're demanding these things and not willing to settle for less. Your facial reactions matched your words all throughout the poem, and I think that's really dope in controlling that. So, good job.
Dr. Generals?
I really enjoyed the, I guess, the juxtaposition between your aggression, which eventually evolved to a calm sweetness. And I think that's what makes powerful women, that they do have the ability to be aggressive and to be assertive about what they want and expect, but at the same time have the ability to be calm and sweet and, very lovely. So well done, well prepared, great job.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Q. And coming to the mic now, we have Sister Love. Please put your hands together for Sister Love.
The flesh can be traumatized, although our spirits can be sanctified. Though our world continues to be built upon capitalization, this dreadful occurrence was declared to demise. Some of us despise authority. The serpent will attempt to evade your territory. All praises to the Most High, let thy be the glory. Can't we all relate to horrific stories? Without passing judgment, as if we were juries? Can no drug or deceitful soul set me free? I claim the salvation of the Master will let me be. Let me distinguish what there is that is pure in life. Appoint me to all of the cares of strife. Through all of my tears, let them multiply with great delight. I will no longer walk in fear. My days will be bright. I wear the armor of my heart to battle the horrendous fights. One day your mind will lead you to your concrete sight. Once you've activated your greater light, your spirit has cultivated upon a furious life. Who allowed you to be? May I ask, did you create the life that you see? Moreover, are you the person you wish to be? And when you shave your hair and it instantly cultivates back, that's just the Creator saying, hey, look, it's me. You're alive. Now I have presented why your life was destined to be. That's all I got, y'all.
Give it up for Sister Love. Corey, do you have some feedback?
Yes, that was amazing. Really good job. So your enunciation was on point. You seemed very comfortable. One quick feedback is your hand was on the mic at certain points, and it seems like you were comfortable, but kind of using your nonverbal skills as well will add a little pinch of salt to the recipe. So that was really dope. Good job.
Ills Wills?
Yes, yes. I seen no shyness really. It's like the openness that you had, it seemed like you comfortable on stage. You came to let us hear your words, and we heard it loud and clear. Pronunciations, was right. So thank you.
One more time for Sister Love.
See, that's the thing about it. I'm not worried about the competition. Just worried about having fun and everybody else having fun. That's it.
And coming to the mic now, we have Anet Hall, a Crystal Moment Collection. Please give it up for Anet.
So I'm gonna need a little participation before I get started. What I'm gonna need you to do, I'm gonna say I don't like his, and I want for the women under 25 to say, oh no, she didn't. But you gotta have a little attitude, how oh no, she didn't, oh no, she didn't, oh no, she didn't, no, she didn't say that. And the women over 25 to say, what? Like that, okay? So it's gonna, and so you're gonna, and when they say, so, oh no, she didn't, what? Oh no, she didn't, what? Oh no, she didn't, no, she didn't say that, what? And then the fellas just say, that's not right, that's not right, That's not right. Okay, can we practice that? All right. So I'm gonna say, I don't like kids. I don't like kids. I don't like kids. Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. No, she didn't say that. What? Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she did. No, she didn't say that. Fellas, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. You got it? Just simple, okay? And I'll be doing it with you, okay? Okay, we ready to get started. I don't like kids. I don't like kids. I don't like kids. Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. No, she didn't say that. What? Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. What? Oh no, she didn't. No, she didn't say that. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. I don't like kids, let me tell you why. These little people, they make me cry. They keep me up all through the night. I change and feed them and it's now daylight. They cry so loud, my straight hair has curled. And from day one, they think they rule their world. I change their diapers, I change them again. Before I know it, I've changed about 10. They're picky eaters, they stick their nose. They spill their drinks, I gotta change their clothes. They boss me around and they tell me, no! I try to hold their hands, they say, let go! They have their tantrums, they stomp and shout. To tell you the truth, I want to put them out. I'm so exhausted, don't know what to do. I want to leave and say that I am through. But then came Christopher James Dupree. Life with him has transformed me. My brother's son, yes, I love him so, for he arrived 32 years ago. He got the dustpan when I got the broom. He even asked if he could clean my room. I offered him candy, he said, no thanks, then ate his vegetables without complaint. A very well-mannered young fellow was he, so matured, he had dignity. He shared his toys with the other boys, then quietly played without much noise. I said I don't like kids, and this was true, but now my mind has changed, it's been renewed. I didn't like kids, I didn't understand that loving them would be in my plan.
Anet Hall, AKA A Crystal Moment Collection.
Thank you.
Dr. Generals, do you have some feedback?
That's not right. I had to say it. I think you pushed the boundaries of convention with your poem, your poetry. It was really a love letter to children around the world as I see it. I mean, there may be someone specific in mind, but I think what you describe is exactly the experiences and the relationships that most of us have with children. At times they're challenging, but at the end of the day, we love them. And I think you did a wonderful job in expressing that. Thank you.
Alicia.
I appreciated the fact that you clearly explained the call and response, and I always love the somewhat like the nursery rhyme sound, because it's something that kids can digest as well as someone just listening, and it's simple but it's fun. So I appreciate that quality that you bring to your poetry.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Anet Hall, AKA A Crystal Moment Collection.
As far as how I related to the audience and the response back, they did participate in the beginning, so I was very grateful for that. That helped me to loosen up a little bit.
So it's my honor and my pleasure to be able to introduce our feature poet today. She's someone who has been a personal inspiration to me, and I've been just really blessed to have had the opportunity to perform with her over the years. And I don't think I've ever told her this, but to be able to perform on stage with someone who has been a poet that I've always aspired to be has just been so meaningful to me. Before I was ever a poet, before I was on Def Poetry Jam, I was just like everybody else, just writing poetry, trying to write poetry about my experiences, trying to write poetry from the heart. And there were, 2 CDs that were instrumental to my development as a poet. So one CD is by an Asian American spoken word poetry group called I Was Born with Two Tongues, and their CD was called Broken Speak, okay? And they had a poem on their CD called Not Your Fetish, okay? And so it really was talking from a perspective as an Asian American woman and talking about issues related to being, sexualized and objectified and so forth and so on. And the other CD was Ursula Rucker's CD, Super Sister. And I used to play Super Sister all the time, right? And that, all the poems on that CD are really, really wonderful. But Super Sister is like this poem that's it's like a love poem to women. You know what I'm saying? And so between Super Sister and Not Your Fetish from I Was Born with Two Tongues, that kind of gave birth to a poem called I'm a Woman, Not a Flavor. And that's a poem that I perform with my poetry partner, Katsy. And so if it wasn't for Ursula Rucker, that poem wouldn't exist. If it wasn't for Ursula Rucker, my poetry partner and I wouldn't have been on HBO and Def Poetry Jam. I would never have met her. We wouldn't have performed together. And so I'm just I didn't even get to read her bio, but I hope that if you don't know, she is a true Philly treasure. And you should know her work, you should look her up. Please show your love, make lots of noise. Let this place erupt with applause for Ursula Rucker.
We got a mission as poets, and I believe in that mission, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm glad to see it being done here.
I'm just checking in on you to see how you be doing, 'cause people be saying it's the end when really it's the beginning. Yeah, life is filled with stress and sin, but life is in the living. It's also filled with love and light. So what you gon' just give in? So what you gon' just give in? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ethnic, democratic, economic, geographic. Tell me what's your demographic? I'ma put it on a chart and graph it. Reduce your life to data and statistics. It's tragic, 'cause a human's life ain't worth shit. Don't get mad at me for saying it. Since we talking records, it's recorded, and if you knew some history, then we could call it historic, or if you had a heart or religion, then maybe you deplore it. So make a flick, put some music to it. I got some peoples who could score it, but the simple truth of the matter is, the truth is simply epic. Racism, sexism, intolerance, injustice, our pandemic, the absence of a system of checks and balances in this country is systemic. So let's fix it. I'm just checking in on you to see how you be doing. People be saying it's the end when really it's the beginning. Life is filled with stress and sin, but life is in the living. It's also filled with love and light. So what you gon' just give in? So what you gon' just give in? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Why don't you take this life that you've been given? Be grateful, sink it, put it in rhythm. And it's okay if you a bit offbeat, but still timing is everything. So open your mind, stop hating. Find some space in your heart for some new information. Swear off complacence, end your affair with lamestream radio stations. Make a commitment to nurture the next generation. Replace your miseducation with truth, peace, and This process takes time, so be patient. And friend, it's time for some revision, adjustment, reconstruction, revolution, changing, changing. And I'm just checking in on you, see how you be doing. People be saying it's the end when really it's the beginning. Life is filled with stress and sin, but life is in the living. It's also filled with love and light. So what you gon' just give in? So what you gon' just give in? And I'm just checking in on you. See how you be doing. People be saying it's the end when really it's the beginning, yeah. Life is filled with stress and sin, but life is in the living. It's also filled with love and light. So what you gon' just give in? 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 Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. One more, right? All right. Thank you. So I like to cuss a lot. I'll do that the next time. Sorry to disappoint, because I'm really good at it. But yeah, there's a poem I have. It's one of my favorite poems. It's called Love. I'm about to share it with you. Because no matter if I cuss or if I rant and rave, if I shout, if I tell you completely to fuck off, it means love is involved in there somewhere. I'm telling you off because I love you and I want to save you. I'm telling you off because there should be some love present and it's not, so I'm cussing your ass out. So basically, everything I do is about love. It doesn't matter the language, the intention is all about love. You feel me? So on this day, there will be no talk of war or politic or disaster or death. Love is alive today, so we will speak only of love. There will be only love on tongue and lip and in heart and thought. And it won't be that Hollywood type of love, not TV love, not dime store novel love, and certainly not, absolutely not, please promise me not, mainstream music love. Love, love, love. Love that has been worked on like gardens and term papers. Love that has been nurtured like children, and well, like children. Love that falls, crashes, even burns, but dusts off, fixes up, and rises, more brilliant than before. Phoenix love, yes, Phoenix love. So let us speak only of love, healing love, no herbal or over-the-counter love, real healing love like God's love, like your mama's love, like best friend love, like little baby's love, like lover's love, like change the world love, like human love, humans, love. Love soft, love hard, but just love. Enjoy this new garden. Work on it together and it will be beautiful. It will grow from year to year. It will be perennial. It will win blue ribbons and everything. And folks will come from far and wide just to see it and wish they had this kind of garden, this kind of, enjoy this new garden. Work on it together and it's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna grow from year to year. It's gonna be perennial. It's gonna win blue ribbons and everything. And folks are gonna come from far and wide just to see it. And they gonna wish they had this kind of garden, this kind of, enjoy this new garden. Work on it together and it's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna grow from year to year. It's gonna be perennial. It's gonna win blue ribbons and everything if you put the work into it. I promise you, and folks are gonna come from far and wide just to see it, and they gonna wish they had it, had this kind of garden, had this kind of garden, this kind of love, 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 love.
Show your love one more time
Thank
for
you.
Ursula Rucker.
Or should I ask the judges how I did and whatnot?
Give it up one more time for Ursula Rucker. So amazing. So now we're going to continue with the second half of the first round of the final showcase of season 6 of Drop the Mic. Are y'all ready to hear some poetry? Everybody say yeah? Yeah. And coming to the mic now, we have Aj. Please make some noise for Aj.
This is called Free. I am finally free. Really free. I really am just finally free. Have you ever wanted to just be free? I wonder about imaginary portal entrances yet unseen. I hear a bell. I see the ferryman at his ship. I want to willingly ride the waves to unknown, undiscovered shores. I pretend to be a dove flying, tasting the many droplets of pure water in the clean air, gently soaring high above the white clouds, above the world, above all the problems, the chains that keep us enslaved. I feel the distinct power of the mighty winds under my tiny wings. My wings so tiny, I flutter about. But then I feel the touch of a strong, sure hand invisibly guiding me. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever felt a strong hand just reach down and grab you up in between all the mighty winds? Oh, my children, have you ever felt that? Instead of feeling lost, instead of feeling taken, instead of feeling damaged and destroyed? So tremendous the power. I worry that I may lose my direction and fall. I cry that the destination I seek to go seems so far. Yet the mighty hand swoops down and gently, it carries me. It not only carries me, it carries you, each and every one of you. It doesn't leave any of you standing, fluttering in the wind alone. As I am finally free and made free, you are too, to see a spiritual horizon. And I understand there's no actual map to this horizon, nor compass that I or you can truly follow with our eyes, our wings, even our tears. But it's there. You have to believe it's there. You're never alone. I say to the four mighty winds and the glittering stars above, take me. And you say it too, take me. I dream of entering a new life of many possibilities. I mean to shut all doors that call me to my past, throw away all the keys that hold me back. For all my trouble, make darkness light before me. I now have hope for my life, that it's finally ready to reset at a new dawn again, a sea of new and all new beginnings. No longer dwelling in a cave, I surmount a vast, high, and rocky cliff above pure stones and take a leap of faith, so daring, so agile, totally reborn, no longer afraid of the heights, nor scale of the deepest depths. I am free.
have some feedback?
Oh, you took us there. Yeah, definitely. I felt like I was a boat in the waves. I felt like I was a dove in the sky. One thing that I really appreciate about your engagement with the audience is at certain points, although you were reading, you were looking at the audience and asking them questions. I know that were rhetorical, but I found myself engaged in answering those questions in my mind. So you really took us there, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
And Alicia?
I really enjoyed the imagery throughout the poem. I felt like you took us on a journey of something so peaceful like a dove and personified that throughout the poem, and I think that was really dope and clever. Just be mindful of the time, because I feel like there were moments probably if there was more of a consistent reading, you probably could have gotten like under that time. So just be mindful of those things when performing.
Thank you, judges. Please give it out one more time for Aj.
Not be afraid to let the old self die that is not serving any purpose to you, and let the new you come forward, I hope is a message people are able to pick up from me.
And coming to the mic now, we have Elijah. Please make some noise for Elijah.
If guilt rests on my consciousness, then its bed is made of the memories I couldn't stop and shit, while these sheets are what I use to cover up my false promises. So dear Layla, as I grab a pencil to wrap my last epistle, a pistol is loading. For know it's the moment I take my personal atonement to Jehovah. I told you, I owed a debt that death could only repay in full depth. Because if I said that I left you for that, I could never forgive myself. But if the truth be told, I left you so to burn to hell. Right? Do you not hate me? That held you as a baby, created the plot, the thought of betrayal by your own flesh and blood, the thought of him on top of you as you scream and run. Can you imagine a son inside of a 5-year-old as she bleeds and grunts, holding her down by a frail neck until the deed is done and gone? Where is your covenant? For the place that she rests her head, for the place that she calls her bed, only contains grave robbers after the body, but never the soul. So please, bring her home. Please, make her whole.
Give it up for Elijah. Dr. Generals.
Wow, that was quite exciting. Obviously, it's a very powerful and strong message. I thought your interpretation and your performance were extraordinary. If I had to offer you any advice, I would say step a little bit away from the mic, because sometimes the words get muddled, and I really want to hear the words, and I did hear most of them, but I think if you just pulled back a half an inch, they'd come out clearer.
Ills Wills.
Yes, that was like what I was gonna say too. Is like open up. I know it might sound crazy to say like you can do better. You know what I mean? I could see it seemed like you was inside. Yeah, like you can make your hands go more, your elbows go. You could do it a lot better. But that right there was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Elijah.
The boundaries of the mic, the parameters set by it are just terrible. So, look, next round I might have to just toss the mic.
And coming to the mic now, we have Dwight. Please make some noise for Dwight.
I'ma just go ahead into the poem like I already wrote it. I don't have nothing prepared for you all, but I do got a heart. I do got bars. I'ma just stand on this stage and take up time like y'all not in a cage. Like I don't got people that's trying to get paid. I'ma act like I ain't write a poem because I know I didn't for days. I know I act like I don't got soul, but I'm glowing for praise. I said, I got a lot of bars and I like to rhyme. I'ma just get on the stage and I'ma just have a good time with a smile. I like looking like y'all not my crowd. I'm just trying to have fun and get down. I'm just trying to get A's and get around. I'm just trying to save the earth, but it's not for clowns. I mean, I'm going to just integrate this poem with another joint I wrote like yesterday, like it was a throwback, but I got it today, like, hold up. Y'all know what's whack? What's whack is just going on stage and not sparing your story. Like, everybody not afraid to spray truth on a little bit of cake. The cake you're not supposed to have. You're not supposed to have and eat it too. You're not supposed to be you and do it too. You're not supposed to act. You're not supposed to laugh, have fun with your class. Growing up from where I come from, you see, the stars align in the design every year on time called constellations. The faulty relation came from you fuck niggas and y'all condemnation. Look up, hold up. When you are stuck in the trap and you cannot relax because you think about laughter in a say a track. See, you know what I mean? It's all good, you know what I mean? It's poetry, you just let it flow, y'all. You can just get up here and you tell your story. I don't have a piece for y'all, but thank you for your time, yo.
Give it up for Dwight. Alicia, do you have some feedback?
I like that you started, and I was anticipating the freestyle, but I would have liked if you strung it together more, because you had bars, and you know, this is the final. We heard what you could do, so if you want to come back next round and bring us what you brought us, you know, when you auditioned in the first round, you brought us some bars, so bring that energy you brought to the stage.
Dr. Generals?
So as a jazz musician, I get improvisation when I see it. And I think that your structure was really a non-structure within a structural context. And I think you had to understand that this was kind of a free-flowing expression of your thoughts and ideas and where you are at this point in your life. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, judges. Please put your hands together one more time for Dwight.
The theme was just fluidity. Honestly, there was just a moment in fluidity where it was just like, yo, just go up there and be natural, be real, be raw. And that's exactly what I did. I just went up there, had fun, did something I never did before.
So closing out round one of the final showcase of season 6 of Drop the Mic is Black Cancer. Please make some noise for Black Cancer.
I stand tall, but I feel stagnant. I never move, but I make them in waves, so hey, I make it happen, I'm a hustler. The landlord around this motherfucker. Put some respect on my name when your elders tell you to take this L. I take them plenty of times on a regular basis, cause face it, your life experience is nothing compared to me if you ain't. I said, I take it on a regular basis, cause face it, your experience with others is basic if you don't put the high in school and face it. Laces, spliff it, different laces, lace kicks to baby lacing me with J's, jeans, genuine denim to braids, slits and watches. Conversations awaken, I don't say shit, I just be watching. Hallway clocking when them guards is up plotting, cause they be trying to press my buttons, but it won't work because my guard is up when they coming. Like vomit. My friend and theirs dance around questions and comments like pop lockers. Common, did he getting it? Takes time to pop the lock on what I'm about. My love's for literature, drugs and pilling you, tablets and tech gadgets, and even had tech gadgets to get rid of you. Condom stocking, so it's not a problem with chlamydia or Ghana when I thought about it. It's not an option. The longest relationship I ever had and locked in was 5.5 years until they finally routed. Congratulations, you have the paper and the knowledge. You forgot about me. Ah, shit. I should shed a tear. Cause not once did we ever go on a date or any outings. I got fucking feelings too, you know? but they probably doubt it. The fact of the matter is, no one cares about the fucking life of a locker. Thank you.
Black Cancer.
Yeah. You know?
Corey, you have some feedback?
Yeah, definitely. That was dope, man. Compared to, I first saw you last week, and this week is like a total contrast. You know, it's like last week you were more animated, but this time I felt like a little bit more rawness, I could say. Even though last week you were like hype and out there, but this week I felt a little bit more rawness from your words. So thank you again. That was really dope.
Dr. Generals.
Very nice. I particularly like the body movement and the drama behind the words. I think that's what brought the words to life. And I think, again, the message is pretty powerful, and you did a great job. Thank you.
Ills Wills.
You know what I mean? Yes, it is like a change and everything, because from you just coming into the poetry game, it seemed like it was raps, and you was like, I'm gonna make these poems. No, if I say they poems, and you know what I mean? But then as you started to keep writing, like you structuring it like, no, this is a poem. This is how I'm doing it. This is the effect that I want. I want to break this third wall, break this wall right here, let them see in. And that right there was, that was amazing. Thank you.
And Alicia.
It's nice to see you calm down and step back into your poet bag, because it's been some time since I feel like, you've given it. I feel like the wordplay throughout the poem was really cool, and I like the way the life of an L stood for many things throughout the poem, and that was really dope how you brought that to life in different ways. So good job.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Black Cancer.
I have a lot of energy. I'm a very hype type of guy. So I try to channel that through my pieces, through my poetry, through my performance, through my characters that I create, everything. I just want to bring it all to the stage, all to the audience, so hopefully everybody enjoys it,
Can you show your love one more time for all the poets who are on stage, who performed in the first round of the final showcase of season 6 of Drop the Mic? And please give it up for yourselves. You're an amazing audience. Thank you all so much.
Hey, I'm Ursula Rucker, straight out of Germantown, Philly, and make sure you watch Drop the Mic. Get your life, improve your life, tell other people about it so they can improve their lives, and support the poets, support poetry, and support all of us being healed and well out here. Peace, one love.